Welcome to Midnight Signal AI. It's April 15th, 2026. Tonight, a shocking attack at Sam Altman's home. Musk's XAI faces legal heat, and Meta is reportedly working on a digital twin of Mark Zuckerberg. We'll also dig into Apple's standoff with XAI over deepfakes and a controversial new doc questioning AI's impact on parenthood. Let's dive in. We have to start with the disturbing news out of San Francisco. According to AOL.com, a suspect has been arrested and is being held without bail after allegedly attacking OpenAI CEO Sam Altman's home with a Molotov cocktail. Kursiv Media and USA Today both confirm the man is facing attempted murder charges. The San Antonio Current reports that the suspect traveled all the way from Texas to carry out the attack.
The details are really unsettling. The New York Post adds that the accused left behind a manifesto, raising questions about motive. OpenAI and Altman are at the center of so much public and sometimes angry debate about AI progress and risks. This attack is a grim reminder of how intense the discourse has become.
Absolutely. Altman himself hasn't made a public statement yet, but this is bound to have ripple effects across the AI industry. Security for high-profile tech executives is suddenly much more than a theoretical issue. It's also a wake-up call about the polarization around AI and the very real risks faced by those steering these technologies.
And beyond personal safety, it could influence how OpenAI leaders are willing to be with the public. If threats escalate, we might see more closed-door decision-making, which would be a huge loss for transparency. The big question now, will this change how tech leaders engage with critics and the broader public?
Switching gears, let's talk about Elon Musk's XAI, which is under fire from multiple directions. The Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Barron's, and The Hill all report that the NAACP has filed lawsuits against XAI, alleging that its Memphis data center is causing illegal air pollution, specifically in predominantly black neighborhoods.
This is a major escalation for XAI's infrastructure ambitions. The lawsuits allege that gas turbines used by XAI are unpermitted and spewing pollutants that disproportionately harm vulnerable communities. The TechBuzz and acitunews.co.id note that there's even a separate suit over an unpermitted data center in Mississippi. Environmental and civil rights scrutiny is coming for AI companies, not just fossil fuel giants.
Exactly. It's a reminder that AI's physical footprint, massive data centers, big energy demands, can have real-world impacts, especially for communities already facing environmental injustice. This could set a precedent for how AI companies are held accountable for their infrastructure choices. On another Musk-related note, NBC News reports that Apple threatened to pull XAI's Grok chatbot from the App Store. Why? Apparently, Grok was used to generate sexualized deepfake images, a violation of Apple's policies. A letter from Apple made it clear: clean it up or get out.
This is part of a much broader reckoning about AI-generated content. Apple's move puts real pressure on XAI and other chatbot providers to get ahead of deepfake misuse. If they don't, App Store bans could become the norm. It's also a demonstration of just how much power platform gatekeepers like Apple hold in the AI ecosystem.
Let's turn to Meta. Both Modern Ghana and NBC News are reporting that Meta is building an AI-powered version of CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Details are still sketchy, but the idea seems to be a digital twin, an AI that can interact as if it's Zuckerberg.
It sounds a little dystopian, but also inevitable. Meta's been pushing the boundaries with AI avatars. An AI Zuck would raise all sorts of questions. How authentic is the interaction? Who's responsible for what it says? And does this set a precedent for other tech CEOs to create their own digital doubles?
Not to mention the trust issues. Will users be able to tell the difference between the real Zuckerberg and the AI? Meta's move could open the door for other companies to use AI personas as brand ambassadors or even for internal decision-making. It's a wild new frontier. On a more philosophical note, People.com highlights a new documentary that's stirring debate across the AI world. The film asks whether the rise of AI should make people think twice about becoming parents. Some AI CEOs have weighed in, but the documentary is sparking heated reactions online.
It's a provocative question, maybe too provocative for some. The argument is that if AI is going to transform the job market, the economy, and even social structures, maybe it's irresponsible to bring new lives into such uncertainty. On the other hand, plenty of critics say this is just technological alarmism. But it's telling that this kind of debate is now mainstream enough for a major documentary.
It also shows how far-reaching the AI discussion has become. We're not just talking about data or jobs anymore. It's about the fundamentals of society and human purpose. The fact that AI can trigger these existential questions means the stakes are higher than ever. Before we wrap up, a quick look at the broader themes tonight. We've seen public safety concerns, civil rights lawsuits, big tech platform power, and even philosophical debates about the future of humanity. AI isn't just shaping technology, it's shaping everything around it, sometimes in unpredictable and dramatic ways.
It's a reminder that AI news isn't just for techies anymore. The impacts are everywhere: legal, ethical, environmental, and personal. If you're not paying attention, you're missing out on what's shaping the next chapter of society.
That's all for tonight's Midnight Signal AI. For sources and story links, check our episode notes. We'll keep tracking these stories and more as they develop. Stay sharp. The future doesn't wait.